everyone. You're watching WION World is One. I'm Shivan Channa. This is WION's Climate Tracker. Here's a look at what we have lined up for you on the show today. A new study has found that Antarctica's Doomsday Glacier started retreating rapidly in the 1940s and has been unable to recover since then. The findings are alarming because the glacier's collapse could cause a catastrophic sea level rise. In Peru, soaring temperatures and extreme rains have ushered in a series of pressing environmental and health challenges. The South American nation is grappling with an unprecedented climate challenge, facing intense heat waves, devastating floods, and now an imminent dengue outbreak. And the threat of climate change has put several farmers across Europe in a very difficult position, even as they renew protests against the European Union's green policies. Our top focus on Climate Tracker today is on Antarctica's Doomsday Glacier. Scientists have looked back in time and have discovered that the glacier started retreating rapidly in the 1940s and never showed any signs of recovery. Now, the Thwaites Glacier in West Antarctica is the world's widest glacier, so much so that it's about the size of Florida. It has been nicknamed as the Doomsday Glacier because its collapse could cause a catastrophic sea level rise. Scientists knew it had been losing ice at an accelerating rate since the 1970s, but because satellite data only goes back a few decades, they did not know exactly when significant melting began. A new study now by the National Academy of Sciences has found the answer there. By analyzing marine sediment cores extracted from beneath the ocean floor, researchers found that the glacier began to significantly retreat in the 1940s. Now, according to the report, the glacier has been unable to recover ever since then, which may reflect the increasing impact of human-caused global warming. Authors say that the findings are alarming because they suggest that once drastic changes are triggered, it's very hard to stop them. The study shows that even if a trigger for rapid melting has ended, that does not mean that the response stops. In fact, once an ice sheet retreat is set in motion, it can continue for decades. This latest research, therefore, is alarming about what might happen to the ice in Antarctica. The Doomsday Glacier's fate will have ramifications not just in Antarctica but globally. The glacier already contributes 4% of sea level rise as it sheds billions of tons of ice a year into the ocean. Its complete collapse could raise sea levels by more than 2 feet. But it also plays a vital role in the stability of the West Antarctic ice sheet. The ice sheet holds enough water to raise sea levels by at least 10 feet. Its collapse could cause catastrophic global flooding. Peru is grappling with an unprecedented climate challenge, facing intense heat waves, devastating floods, and now an imminent dengue outbreak. Soaring temperatures and extreme rains have ushered in a series of pressing environmental and health challenges. Temperatures have surpassed records along its northern and central coasts, and the Ministry of Health has reported that the most Prolonged heat waves have led to more than 100 consecutive warm days in regions like Piura and Lima. Such prolonged periods of elevated temperatures indicate the changing climate and its direct impact on human and ecological well-being. Meanwhile, extreme rainfall has turned streets into rivers and left homes underwater. Heavy rains have flooded Peruvian southern regions. Authorities have issued a red alert in Moquegua as the downpour could trigger torrents. Rivers are overflowing due to the heavy rains. According to local media, 800 people have been affected.
All my fodder has been lost. Also the trays I had for my cattle. I had 20 something and now I only find 2, no more. I don't have money, it was also taken. I have nothing now.
In Yura, over 50 houses have been flooded by the intense rains. The city of Inapari is one of the worst affected, where 90 houses were damaged after the Acre River got swollen. The government is weighing up declaring an emergency in the area so as to boost relief efforts. The National Meteorology Service has forecast that rains will continue over the weekend.
There has been a rise in the water level and it keeps rising. Then many families are demanding help in different places to be evacuated. We have seen shops and houses where everything got lost.
Heat waves and heavy rains have led to a spike in dengue fever cases in the country. The health minister has said that the death toll due to the virus has risen to 32 so far this year. Peru has declared a health emergency across most of the nation.
Para enfrentar al dengue y al sarampión.
To tackle dengue and measles, I must announce that tomorrow, 20 regions of the country will be declared in a health emergency for 90 days due to the dengue issue.
Durante el plazo de 90 días.
Most of the cases seen so far in Peru have been in the country's north, where hospitals are already overwhelmed. The Peruvian government approved the motion to declare a health emergency hours after they said a dengue outbreak was imminent. Since 2023, the South American nation has faced high temperatures and heavy rains due to the El Niño weather phenomenon, which has warmed the waters of Peru's coastline. Let us now look at other countries around the world battling a climate crisis. Thick smoke and rising flames were seen as a wildfire raged in Mississippi's Jefferson Davis County. The wildfire has affected over 1,360 acres. As per officials, 50% of the fire has been contained. Now, firefighters have been battling the blaze since Saturday. A massive landslide has engulfed a village in central Bolivia, destroying homes, farms and crops. The mudslide has covered the entire village of Lequina and buried over 30 houses. The disaster occurred after the dam of a nearby lagoon burst, sending torrents of mud down the mountainside and flooding everything in its path. Authorities said 40 families lost their homes, but no fatalities were reported. France's northern region is under an orange flood alert after a river burst its banks, flooding streets in the town of Bots. Since November, the Pas-de-Calais region has been hit by several episodes of flooding. The United Nations Environment Assembly has opened its 6th biennial session in Kenya's capital, Nairobi. Around 6,000 delegates, including 7 heads of state, are attending the 5-day-long conference to discuss how countries can work together to tackle critical environmental issues like climate change, pollution, and loss of biodiversity. Well, it is the International Polar Bear Day, and that is today. And to mark the occasion, a team of scientists in Norway are preparing to monitor polar bears as they emerge from their dens. It's part of a study to better understand the denning process, which is a crucial time for reproduction and the survival of the species. Take a look.